This protest, of course, is a spin-off and a solidarity protest of the Occupy Wall Street, which I'm a huge fan of. And, you know, there's just a lot of things wrong right now that aren't being addressed by the top 1% and then the politicians as well. There's nothing being addressed that really needs to be addressed.
What brings you out here today, Stephen?
Social justice movement.
What exactly does that mean? Articulate that for me, please.
That means ever since the beginning of, before even recorded history, people have been fighting for social justice.
What is social justice?
Social justice is you're not allowed to set up a card game on the table with 3 walnut shells and dupe the chumps and the suckers.
Stephen, let's suggest that for a minute that people are sitting around at a card table and they're playing a game, but you have another person sitting in the back corner and he's got a suitcase full of money and he's just throwing out dollar bills left and right. So if you lose a hand, don't worry, he'll come and give you another one. And sooner or later he gives you more and more and more and you're able to do more with it. And sooner or later you actually lose all your money because your kids are hungry and you know your wife has to eat and all these kind of things, and you lose all your money, but yet this guy in the corner said, don't worry, keep playing because I got your back and I'll keep supporting the cards, don't worry. What would you say to that person?
I would say that it's very nice to hear that you allow these people to live in their houses temporarily in the ownership society. You and your big money, anytime they want, can just buy the place where you work, fire you, they can repossess your house, kick you out on the street, and you're going to have vacant housing, homeless children, and you have no idea about how immoral that is.
What do you think we should do to end all these problems in the world, man?
I don't know. I think sometimes we should just wait upon God or something. I don't know. Who knows? It's all confusing.
Yes.
How are you today?
I am great. I am celebrating my freedom right now, as all of these other lovely Americans are.
Fantastic. But what, if you had to articulate what you believed in, why you were coming out here today, what compelled you, would you be able to give it to me in 30 seconds?
Absolutely.
Well, can you? Because these bastards have been fucking running up my time like Bob over here.
Okay.
7-minute rant.
So shut up.
Okay.
So the reason I am out here today is because I believe that the corporate banksters have taken over our country. We've bailed them out. They've taken our money. They have boats and yachts and vacations. And what do we have? Cardboard boxes. We're going to camp out here as long as it takes for people to wake up and see that we need change in this country. And I'm not talking about spare change that you're asking for.
World order, unfortunately. Declare your sovereignty before it's too late. Because once we go too far, once we become full-on socialism, the definition of socialism means that you have no rights. You only have privileges. Okay, the definition of socialism means that the government owns every single thing of yours. Your underwear will say property of the U.S. government. Now, we all want to talk socialism because we think it's the ideology that we want, but it's not. It's just another ploy by the elite to infiltrate our minds. I've heard people shout out socialism today. That made it cringes my teeth. They're all over the place. No one knows what's really going on. Get to the root of the problem. Look,
This is put on by fucking...
this is put on. This is put on by socialism. And the people on the top, they see us shouting socialism, they're laughing their asses off. They're thinking, they're going, they're great, we got it, we're gonna love to control you. Yeah, become a socialist.
We are peaceful! We are peaceful! We are peaceful! We are peaceful!
It's too late. Probably signed into law more legislation than any president since Lyndon Johnson.
More laws are good?
That's what a president does. The president signs laws.
Or forgets other laws. Look, we have an explicit requirement in our Constitution requiring an authorization of war by our Congress. So it's okay for President Obama to go ahead and
well, you're on a different topic. You're on a different topic now.
war here.
No, we were talking about the accomplishments of the, well, whatever. Okay, so what's your point?
And the point is that Barack Obama has continued the same policies of George W. Bush. And George W. Bush is a murderer. That's it. There's no way around it. That's it.
Okay, well, that's nothing I'm going to dispute, but
It's indisputable.
what's your point?
That's right. That Barack Obama needs to go. I mean, he can't be. He can't.
But, well, I'm not going to say that because I think he's worthy of a second term.
If you want more wars and you want him to hand out more money to his friends out on Wall Street, then yeah, he'll be the greatest president you'll ever vote for.
Okay, then I guess I will.
Beatrice, your sign says, fair trial for Dr. Murray. In your opinion, why is...
We stand for Dr. Murray.
Familiar with the protests going on across the street, not to put any pressure on you, but what do you think overall, what do you think is more important, the trial of Dr. Murray or the protests going on against Wall Street and against the banks and corporate welfare? What do you think overall is more important as a story?
Anytime people want to lend their support, I say that's very important.
I will believe that corporations are people when Texas executes one.
There's been so many elite groups that have been functioning in America and all over the world since forever, you know what I'm saying? And of course they have evolved to what they are to now. And you know, they're intelligent, and we all know that. It's not like we're stupid or nothing like that. Everybody's aware, and at the same time, as I was saying to you a minute ago, what we're doing here, it's not like they don't know what's going on. They know we're here, they know what we're doing, they know every move. There's not even any cop on the street. Come on now, what does that tell you? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's no secret. They're letting us do what we gotta do. They're watching out. They're probably checking us all out, checking out backgrounds, everything like that. I mean, all they gotta do is take a picture of you and you're right in there. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you've been arrested before. Yeah. Even if you haven't, I'm sure they got you down.
Trust in Jesus, because all this stuff was foretold. In the last days,
you see this guy? I mean,
in the last days, families will come against their own people. Jesus did not promise a sword of peace; he promised a sword of divide. Because his word divides and it cuts to the heart like a double-edged sword. Families will turn over other family members. In the last days, I don't know if you know, but there's a persecution going on against Christians. I'm not talking about Christians in these nice churches and with the popes and with these pastors. They're false. I'm talking about the true Christians that are outside of this institution.